The Cowboys' tough non-conference schedule got even tougher this week. Coming up on Inside Cowboy Basketball, we recap the Tennessee and Pittsburgh games. Plus, we catch up with former Cowboy Kiani Roberts and find out what he's been up to since his days here at OSU.
I got a running joke that the more years I've been away from playing, the better I became. So every year I come back, I was a little bit better than the year before.
And we go front and center with junior forward Tyler Hatch.
The atmosphere here is so great when it comes to basketball. Everybody, Stillwater and everybody at OSU alumni, everybody's so about OSU and basketball itself, too.
All that and much more coming up right now as we go inside Cowboy basketball.
Hit it, hit it. Hit that, Kenny. Hit that, Joe. Hit that shot when we get there.
2 national championships, 6 Final Fours, 17 conference championships. From Iba to Eddie and now Sean. From 1938 to today, it's been home to the rowdiest arena in the country. Join us on Eddie Sutton Court as we go inside Cowboy basketball with head coach Sean Sutton. It all starts now.
Welcome to Inside Cowboy Basketball. I'm Rob Labor. Well, Oklahoma City continues to be a great home away from home for the Cowboys. The Pokes upset a nationally ranked Pitt team in front of a raucous Ford Center crowd. For more, let's head to the locker room.
We lost, a close one the other day, so we just wanted to come out tonight and play real hard, rebound, and just we knew it was going to be a war, so we just wanted to go out there and go hard, get the win.
It don't matter how many people on your bench, what's in your chest. We're a family, family is very inside, and some are stronger than others. I think we're a very close-knit, strong family that been through a lot together, and ups and downs, we always can come and look each other in the face and know that person cared for you. And when times like this come, that's when you bond together and become one. We feel like we won on the court, not 5 players as it looks. We feel like we one big player, one ultimate player on the court.
For more on the game, let's join Tom Dorado and head coach Sean Sutton. Guys.
Well, thanks, Rob. I know the calendar said it was December, but you got the feeling in the Ford Center this past week that you were sitting in on some March Madness.
Felt like a Sweet 16 game. It's one of the best games I've ever been a part of. Both teams really played at a high level. It was an extremely well-played game. 23 turnovers and 50 minutes of hard-fought basketball. Great execution at both ends of the court. A lot of big-time plays made, a lot of great players on both teams. So it had that type of atmosphere like you would feel in a Sweet 16 type contest, and certainly very proud of our players for the way they hung in there, the toughness, the grit they've showed, being able to pull it out in double overtime.
And I want to take our fans back to Tuesday night. We come back after the loss at Tennessee, have a practice that night, a long day traveling, and you got on them pretty hard, but you told them, we're going to win this game. We have to win this game. We're going to find a way to win this game.
Well, we started setting that tone as soon as the Tennessee game was over. We talked about some of the mistakes that were made, flew back the next day, got in here about 6 o'clock, and immediately went to the practice court and had an hour and a half of really intense up and down, very energetic. I thought that set the tone for what was going to come later in the week, and our guys responded and played well.
So many people we can point to, and I hesitate to bring up one individual over another because everybody on that stat sheet had to contribute. So I'll let you go down that road. But I'd like to start maybe, and again, this is a great story, with the maturation, the confidence-building efforts of Kenny Cooper.
Played really well this week, back-to-back games, and came up big against Pitt. 12 points, 4 rebounds, made a big shot late in the game, hit 4 pressure-packed free throws. I think his confidence is really getting a lot higher. Marcus Dove rebounded like he's capable. 12 rebounds for the game, and really came up huge with some big plays. You think about some of the plays Terrell Harris made. Byron Eaton hits the 2 pressure-packed foul shots on the intentional foul. James on Curry, the 3 three-pointers he made in the first half got us back in it, and then Mario's performance, one of the best that I've seen at Oklahoma State. But his 30 points, 9 rebounds against a top 10 team, I'd put in the top 5 performances that we've had at Oklahoma State in terms of an individual player.
It was good to see Byron enjoy some success. He's taken his share of criticism, and he understands that over the first part of the season. But he was hurt. There was nobody else to go to. Terrell had fouled out. You needed him on the floor, whether he was hurt or not.
I asked him, you know, can you go? Because I was going to put Tyler in, and he said, no, I'm ready. And he pulled his groin and really showed a lot of courage and a lot of toughness late in the game to go back in and made the 2 big free throws, but also made some good penetration dribbles and passed the ball and got the ball to Mario.
If there was a number on this stat sheet that just kind of blows you away, but had to be done, had to get done, was the 18 offensive rebounds against Pittsburgh, and you're going against one of the best big men in the country.
Well, you know, that was the thing that cost us against Tennessee, the offensive rebounds that they got, and we felt like this was going to be one of the critical areas in the game if we were going to be able to win, and we've out-rebounded 2 traditionally great rebounding teams in Syracuse and Pitt, and be out-rebound them by 12 on Thursday night, and then to get 18 offensive rebounds, I think will build a lot of confidence down the road with our guys in terms of rebounding the ball.
One final observation, not only did the Cowboys breathe their March Madness level to the court, the fans were in postseason mode.
Well, it was an unbelievable atmosphere, and you know, I can't say enough about our fans and what that event has become. It seems like we always have 15,000 of the 18,000 in there, and certainly I think everybody in college basketball got a chance to see on ESPN again that we've got the best fans in the country, and very proud of how loud they were and the way they impacted the game.
We alluded to the Tennessee game, and Rob, we're going to take you back to Music City and that heartbreaker, but for now, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, guys. Well, coming up after the break, we recap the week's other big non-conference game, the showdown with Tennessee in the Volunteer State. That's next when Inside Cowboy Basketball continues.
You're watching Inside Cowboy Basketball with head coach Sean Sutton.
The Cowboys started the week off with a bang, squaring off against Tennessee in front of a national TV audience. For more on the game against the Volunteers, let's join Tom Dorado and head coach Sean Sutton. Guys?
Well, we're back, and again, Tennessee really kind of set the tone for what happened, I think, against Pittsburgh, because there was great disappointment coming out of that game in Nashville.
Tough loss. You know, it was a high-level game, but a lot of mistakes made throughout that game, and ultimately what cost us were the 23 turnovers and the 21 offensive rebounds that Tennessee got in that game that led to 57 points in a 79 out of their 79 points, and came up empty 4 of the last 6 possessions. No excuse not to get a shot late in the game. Turned the ball over back-to-back times that led to the tip-in by Bradshaw. And disappointing loss, but I was proud of how hard our players played. We just didn't execute very well and made a lot of mistakes. And you're not going to beat good teams on the road when you make those type of mistakes.
And even at that, we had a clean look. Bogan had a clean look at the basket as the buzzer sounded. At least the game would have been sent into overtime. So you had to take something out of that game that, as bad as we played, still it was a close ball game.
Yeah, the last play was well executed. We got the ball down the court. Mario got a clean look, and if he hits it, we go to overtime. But I think it was a valuable learning experience for our guys that you can't turn the ball over. You've got to box out. There's got to be a sense of urgency on every possession against really good teams, and from now on, that's the type of competition that we're going to see. I was proud of how hard they played in the atmosphere, because it was really only the second time we've been in a road setting and put ourselves in position to beat, I think, a very good Tennessee team. And we put ourselves in position, even as poorly as we played at times, to win the game. And you know, I told our guys afterwards, if we can eliminate some of these things, we can, you know, be able to play with most teams in the country.
We've had some games this year where we turned it over, didn't rebound as well as you wanted to, but got away with wins. And this was kind of a painful learning experience. That's why I said it might have set the tone for the Pittsburgh game.
Sometimes it takes a loss, and you hate for that to happen. Sometimes it takes a loss for things to register with players. And I think they finally grasped the importance of some things that we were talking about. And it's a valuable learning experience. If you can learn something out of a loss, then you're going to benefit from it down the road.
Well, coming up, Sean answers your emails. That's next on Inside Cowboy Basketball.
But first, a little trivia. Which Cowboy holds the record for the most steals in a season? Is it A, Cornell Hatcher, B, Brooks Thompson, or C, Tony Allen? The answer a little later as Inside Cowboy Basketball continues in a moment. You're watching Inside Cowboy Basketball with head coach Sean Sutton.
Ball's right there. You're going to throw it over. Get over here. Get over here. I want you to pass it and then go get him. Yeah, I'll throw it to you. You throw it over there. Come on, Kenny. Good, Kenny. That's better.
That was a good job, Ken. Do that more.
Get your questions ready. It's time to ask Coach.
Paul over in Enid wants to know, is there any way Obi can make it back this season?
I hope so. You know, this is a tough loss for our basketball team. Obi had really played as well as any freshman that we've had at Oklahoma State, maybe other than Adrian Peterson. Had been in double figures 10 out of 11 games and does so many things well to impact the game, and we certainly miss his energy. He just got a great personality, and it was great to see him in the locker room before the Pitt game. Our guys were excited and happy to see him, and he's got one of the best smiles, I can tell you that for sure. But we'll hope that he can get healed up. It's going to take some time, but there's a shot that we might get him back in late February or early March, and if that happens, it'll be a big lift for us.
Well, Rick over in Tulsa, and this is a good question because it leads us into something we want to do. He wants to know, will we try to play a game over in the new arena being constructed in Tulsa every year?
That's a great question, and ultimately that's something that we would like to do, be able to play a game in Oklahoma City and a game in Tulsa. That way it gives our fans across the state an opportunity to see us play every year, and ideally that's something down the road when they get the BOK Center built that we'll try to do, play one game in Oklahoma City and one game in Tulsa.
We appreciate all your emails week to week. You can send them to us at askcoach@fox23.com, and hopefully we'll get to yours as soon as next week. Well, coming up, Rob, we're going to take a look at the reopening of Camp Sutton and also take a look at Oklahoma State's next opponent, Brooks Thompson's Texas San Antonio team.
Thanks, Tom. Coming up after the break, junior forward Tyler Hatch tells us what brought him here to Stillwater. That's next when Inside Cowboy Basketball rolls on.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is Desmond Mason, and you're watching Inside Cowboys Basketball.
Now to that trivia question. Which Cowboy holds the record for the most steals in a season? If you guessed Brooks Thompson, you got it. Brooks had 99 steals in 1994.
Well, I graduated in '97. After that, I played ball overseas until about 2 years ago. I had a little girl, Addison Nicole, and I've been working in Oklahoma City doing finance at a car dealership. I'm a little jealous. The first time I actually came into the new building was a couple of years ago when we were playing Texas, and I walked in and I was just in awe of the facilities and all the changes they've made, and all for the better, of course. And I'm just really jealous I didn't get to play in these facilities. Great moments on the court. I mean, I played in the Final Four in Seattle. I was part of a Big 8 championship. Got to play in the first year of the Big 12. But I think the most memorable experiences I take from it is just hanging out with the guys, just doing the kind of stuff we're doing this weekend, fellowshipping, telling old stories, going out having a good time. I think those are the things you really remember more than anything else. Everybody's played basketball to some degree, had some success. That's kind of universal when you play Division I, but the difference being here is a family, and fans never forget you. And I got a running joke that the more years I've been away from playing, the better I became. So every year I come back, I was a little bit better than the year before. So, I mean, it's just the fellowship in the fans, I think.
Junior forward Tyler Hatch has been one of the surprises in the Cowboys' great start, but that shouldn't come as any shock since winning runs in the Hatch family. Tyler tells us more as we go front and center with the Fort Worth native.
Front and Center is brought to you by your Oklahoma Chevy dealers.
Tyler, first of all, just tell me how excited you are to be here at OSU and get started in this program.
Well, I'm real excited. We know we worked hard all summer, and past couple weeks and a half since practice started, we've all worked real hard. So we've all been real excited, looking forward to the games and getting out there and showing everybody what we're about.
And what was it about OSU, about this program, Coach Sutton, the other players? What was about this place that made you say, yeah, that's a place that I want to be for the next 2 years of college?
It's just the atmosphere here is so great when it comes to basketball. Everybody, you know, Stillwater and everybody, OSU alumni, everybody's so about OSU and basketball itself too. And I know all the guys are great guys, all the coaches, coach staff. I've known Coach Sutton and most of the guys for a while, and they're just all a great bunch of guys.
Now, what is it that you feel like, you know, you can specifically contribute to this team? What skills does Tyler Hatch bring to the table that the fans out there in Gallagher can expect this year?
I'd say just bringing a bunch of energy out to the game, you know, getting on the floor for loose balls, taking charges, having good team chemistry when I'm out there moving the ball and get everybody open shots and scoring a lot of points.
Now, I know your dad is involved in the program a little bit. He's director of student-athlete development. What's it like kind of playing for a program and having your dad so close to support you?
I love it. I grew up, I played for my dad in high school, so we've always been kind of right there when it comes to basketball, so it's great.
And obviously you come from an athletic family. Your mom was a pro volleyball player, is that right? So you got some good genes passed down to you there, didn't you?
Yeah, she was actually an All-American in volleyball too at Texas, and then she went on to play pro volleyball. My sister plays volleyball at Tyler Junior College. You know, my dad played college basketball too. So. And
is volleyball your thing too, or is it just basketball?
I could play a little volleyball if they had asked me to play. Yeah.
All right, we might have a two-sport star in the making here. After the break, a former Cowboy will be coming back to Gallagher-Iba Arena, but this time he'll be coaching the other team. We'll preview Brooks Thompson's return to Stillwater when we come back to Inside Cowboy Basketball with head coach Sean Sutton.
This is Joey Grimm, and you're watching Inside Cowboy Basketball with Sean Sutton.
Well, the final week of the 2006 season will be a light one for the Cowboys. The Pokes play just one game, a Saturday night affair against Texas San Antonio right here in Stillwater. Let's rejoin Tom Dorado and head coach Sean Sutton as they look ahead to the Roadrunners. Guys?
Well, thanks again, Rob. And Sean, we're in a week now where the players just are going to get back to working out again. It's basketball, 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 and we got Brooks Thompson coming to town on the 30th.
Well, I was happy that our players are going to have the opportunity to go home and be with their families for 4 days, and I always think that's really important that they get a chance to spend this special time of the year at home with their families. You lose some practice time, you lose a little bit of conditioning, but down the road I think you benefit a great deal from allowing them to go home and be with their families this week. We'll come back, have an opportunity there to get better before we start in the Big 12. Normally when we're out, we're going to practice twice a day. That will continue, and then having Brooks coming in next Saturday night will be a special night. He was such an outstanding player here, really a great friend of mine, and will do an outstanding job with that program. Right now, they don't have the talent that he needs, but he's you know, got an outstanding mind for the game, very competitive, coaches with a lot of passion. It'll be fun to compete against his team. But anyway, I want to take this time to wish our fans a Merry Christmas, and we appreciate everything that you've done for us this year, and look forward to being back in Gallagher-Iba on the 30th.
Indeed, we'll echo that. You and your family have a good one.
Okay, Tom, same to you.
And we will be seeing you next week, but Rob, that's all we've got from here. We'll send it to you.
Thanks, guys. That's all the time we have for this week. Be sure to join us next time as we continue to follow the Cowboys through non-conference play. For Tom Dorado, head coach Sean Sutton, and the entire OSU coaching staff, I'm Rob Labor, and we'll see you next week.